So, what is life really? I mean, it sounds like such a simple question, doesn't it? But, it's actually one of the biggest mysteries out there. So, today, let's put on our cosmic detective hats because we are going on a hunt for the answer.
Okay, just picture this for a second. You're an astronaut, you're on Mars, and you find something. A strange, maybe pulsing object. Is it just a weird rock? Or could it be an actual alien life form? Seriously, how would you even start to figure that out?
And look, this isn't just some fun thought experiment. This is a huge question for scientists and explorers. But luckily for us, they've actually got a toolkit for this. It's basically an official checklist for sorting the living from well, the not-so-living.
All right, here it is, the official checklist. These 7 things, these are the key signs of life. Think of them as the 7 clues we need to tick off to be sure we're looking at something that's actually alive. We're going to go through every single one.
So, you ready to dive in? Let's open up this detective's toolkit and see what these clues are all about.
First up, organization. Okay, think of it this way. All life as we know it, it's all built from the same fundamental Lego brick. And that brick is the cell. It doesn't matter if it's just one cell or trillions of them. If it's alive, it's got cells.
I mean, this just says it all, right? A tiny little bacterium, that's a whole living thing in just one single cell. And then there's you, a walking, talking city of trillions of cells all working together. But here's the kicker. Both are just as alive as the other.
Okay, so life is organized into cells. Got it. But these cells, they don't just sit there doing nothing. No way. They're constantly interacting with the world. And that brings us to our second clue, response to stimuli. Basically, living things notice what's going on around them, light, heat, sound, you name it, and they do something about it. It's an absolutely essential survival skill.
You've seen this a million times, right? A houseplant on a windowsill bending toward the sun. I mean, the plant doesn't have a brain, but it knows where the light is, and it physically moves to get more of that sweet, sweet energy. That's a perfect response to a stimulus.
All right, clue number 3 is a big one. Homeostasis. The best way to think about this is like a constant balancing act. It's all the work your body is doing 24/7 behind the scenes to keep everything on the inside, your temperature, your hydration, nice and stable, no matter how crazy things get on the outside.
And you experience this all the time. Think about sweating. When you're exercising or it's just a super hot day, your body starts to overheat. What does it do? It sweats. And that sweat evaporating from your skin cools you right down. That right there is homeostasis in action.
Next on the list, we have metabolism. This is the energy engine. It's the power plant for every living thing. You got to take in energy from somewhere and convert it into fuel for everything. For growing, repairing yourself, moving around, literally just for staying alive.
And different life forms get their energy in different ways. Plants, they're incredible. They literally eat sunlight. We humans, on the other hand, get our energy from the food we eat. So, 2 totally different strategies, but it's the same fundamental idea. You gotta fuel the engine.
Okay, our next clue is actually a 2-for-1 deal, growth and development. Now, a lot of people use these words interchangeably, but in biology, they're not the same thing, not at all. Growth is simple. It's just about getting bigger. But development, that's about changing. It's about transformation.
And the absolute classic example of this, the caterpillar and the butterfly. The caterpillar's job is to eat and grow, just get bigger, bigger, bigger. But then inside the chrysalis, that's where the magic of development happens. It totally transforms into something completely different. That's the difference right there.
Clue number 6 is one you definitely already know. Reproduction. I mean, this one's kind of a no-brainer, right? For life to keep going, living things have to make more of themselves. It's the only way to pass the torch to the next generation.
And just like with metabolism, this looks super different depending on the organism. You have a dog giving birth to a whole litter of puppies, a super complex process, and then you have a single bacterium that just splits in half. Boom. Now there are 2. Both count, both are reproduction.
And for our last clue, number 7, we have to zoom way out. This is the big one, evolution and adaptation. Now, this is super important. This is not about a single animal changing in its lifetime. No, this is about a whole population, a whole species, changing slowly over many, many generations to get better and better at surviving in its home.
Think about polar bears.
A polar bear didn't just wake up one day and decide to grow a thick, white coat. It doesn't work like that. What happened was, over thousands and thousands of years, the ancient bears that just happened to have slightly thicker, slightly whiter fur had a better chance of surviving and having cubs. Over time, that trait took over. That's adaptation.
So there you have it, our 7 clues, the complete detective's toolkit. Now, let's put it to work. We're going to see how this checklist solves mysteries not just on other planets, but also a lot closer to home.
Okay, let's go back to that weird object on Mars. So we're watching it. It moves toward heat. Check, that's response to stimuli. We see it's using chemical energy. Check, metabolism. It's getting bigger over time. Check, that's growth. And then it divides into 2. Check, that's reproduction. The verdict is in, my friends. It's alive, case closed.
But here's the cool part. This list isn't just for hunting aliens on Mars. These exact same principles, doctors use them every single day. They are at the absolute core of modern medicine.
Think about it. When a doctor checks your vital signs, your temperature, your heart rate, your breathing, what are they really doing? They're checking your body's ability to maintain homeostasis. They're literally checking the signs of life to see how well you're doing.
So, you see, these 7 signs aren't just some abstract list in a textbook. They are the living blueprint for you, for me, for every living thing. From the second you wake up until you fall asleep, your body is a non-stop showcase of all 7 of these characteristics working together perfectly.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. Out of all 7 of these signs, if you had to pick just one, which one do you think is the most important? The one that truly defines what it means to be alive? There's really no wrong answer here, but it's a pretty fascinating thing to think about, isn't it? Thanks for coming along on this little cosmic investigation.